Hi, I'm Daniel, I'm a senior data engineer at SavB, and welcome to this is my first YouTube video. Um, so, hello world. Today we're going to talk about setting up Metabase with Docker that you just run Metabase in a local environment. And if if at all this like if at all this is confusing, you can also get a 14-day free trial on Metabase Cloud if you would like to test that out. Metabase Cloud has, for the same features as the open source edition, it's 87. I believe right now it's $87 or around that for 5 users. And then you can pay additional users beyond that. But Metabase overall, though, is a very affordable data visualization software, and it's open source, so you're able to run it from using Docker, and it's significantly easier to run with Docker. If you have a um, a Windows versus a Mac or Linux, you'll need to install WSL, um, and you can get that set up. Docker does have instructions on that, and I think it's pretty easy to go through, and I believe it will be easy for you as well. So so you say Docker run, D means detached, P means which port mapping you're going to do. The default is 3000 to 3000. If you want to type in localhost 4000, then you would change the first number to a 4000. Why, though, make it more difficult? And then you can just say Metabase, and then you can also specify if you want like the latest one. If you don't specify, you get the latest one, or you could pin it to a specific release. And so there you go. That is that is how you run it once it is going. It will take a little bit to think its way up. It just like, Docker being a virtual machine does take just a little bit to go, and then it's great. If you're having specific issues, then you can use on a more powerful PC. You can also deploy the Metabase open source to you can deploy it easy to AWS or Azure App Service. Azure App Service is relatively simple to do. That's what I have done most recent, but I've also done it on AWS, and more than happy to walk you through that process if you want to grab something on my calendar. Here we'll just say Christensen, Daniel, Christensen, SFB, and then we'll do a really safe password. And okay, I need to be a little bit more safe. Okay, and then so then you can say they have a little tiny survey. You can add your data. You can add to a variety of sources for the setup. Frequently, although people may have a lot of different data sources, I suggest to put everything into a central reporting warehouse, such as any of these. If you are running if you're running Metabase off of a Postgres database, I also suggest do not run your Postgres database as your backend for Metabase as well as for your reporting warehouse. It will introduce lag, and that is a frustrating experience. And so you can say I'll add the data later. Excellent. And then take me to Metabase. Something to know, you can play around. You can save whatever you like with the X-rays. The biggest thing is when running it on Docker, if it doesn't exist anymore, if I come here and I stop it, and I'll go a step further and delete it. Metabase runs off of that initially. That is everything, and so if there's no persistence. So the most important thing is when you can run a migration process, but I feel like it's a little bit difficult. I think the easiest thing to do is just from the beginning, have a database, have your backend database set up. I set it up here. It's $17 a month is what I put up for this one. Obviously, due to y'all's shenanigans, I will delete the database after. But yeah, it's very doable, especially if you're doing a POC. It makes it easy to just have it as a database, and then you don't have to migrate it later. And then you're also makes it easier to, like, if you do want to swap computers or put it into AWS, then you're that step further and ready. You can just go to Docker run. So you set up a .env file as such, and then you just add a simple flag, and excuse me, sorry, I'm back. You add a flag, env file, and then you can just say .env, and it expects it to be set up like this. You just say mb db type Postgres, and you can add other things in here. If you are deploying it to AWS, you can put in like mb site URL and like specify. Yeah, there's metabase at example.com is what it thinks I'm doing. You can also add things for like password complexity or password length. You can also add things for single sign-on. It is very very easy to personalize and customize for your particular scenario. So in this, let's go ahead and get this started. And yeah, you can easily integrate it with like sign on with Google, and then it allows users with existing Metabase accounts to log into Google. You can integrate it with Slack, although the sign-on is not with Slack. But yeah, I think Metabase is a great service, especially for many of the needs that I come across. More than happy to talk and see if it is great for you. There are definitely other solutions, and those other solutions may be more applicable to your specific needs. It's initializing everything again from the beginning. But now, once I create this first account and everything I create afterwards, it's stored in that database. I could go to a new computer and or migrate it to run on AWS, or migrate it to Metabase Cloud, and it's ready for a production use. But yeah, definitely something to consider. I feel like where Metabase excels is making it easy for a lower technical user to interact with a particular company, with your own company's data, and so then you're not spending as much time in waiting for things to come back from a particular like analyst team. Now, the analyst team and the data engineers can set up that data pipeline for you into your reporting warehouse, and then you as an IT manager or like a billing manager can view the specific models after it's laid out, and answer a lot of the questions with just a drag and drop tool, and that way you're not needing significant more resources to answer those questions and get those key insights. More than happy to chat though, and we can talk about your whole data pipeline, or if Metabase is the thing for you.